Have you ever thought about how skipping just one small area in the shower could silently affect your health and lifespan? As we get older, certain hygiene habits become more important than ever. This isn't about vanity or trying to smell like a field of roses. It's about health and longevity. There are parts of our body that, when neglected, quietly collect bacteria, odor, and even infection risks. The truth is, most people over 60 don't even realize they're missing them. In this video, we'll explore 5 often overlooked body parts that you should be washing every day to stay healthier and live longer. These aren't complicated or harsh routines, just simple changes that could make a world of difference in how you feel, how you age, and how your body serves you. Stick with me until the end because the last body part we'll cover might surprise you. Once you understand why it matters, you'll never skip it again. Let's dive in. Number 1, under the fingernails. For many older adults, fingernails are just something to clip every now and then. But what's hiding beneath them can quietly become one of the biggest threats to everyday health. The area under your nails is warm, dark, and often moist. Exactly the conditions bacteria and fungi thrive in. Because it's easy to miss when washing your hands, dirt and microbes can build up there without you noticing, increasing the risk of infection and illness, and even spreading germs to others. Most people think their hands are clean after a good scrub, but if you don't actively clean under your nails, you're only doing half the job. This becomes even more important as we age. Older adults may have thicker nails, more ridges, or reduced dexterity, making it a little harder to clean under the nails, but also even more necessary. We use our hands for everything, preparing food, touching our face, and when harmful microbes settle under the nails, it's easy for them to spread to the mouth, eyes, or shared surfaces. Think about all the places your hands go during the day, handling money, opening doors, scratching an itch. Yet, unless we're intentional, those small spaces under our nails rarely get our attention. That's why health-conscious men and women over 70 make it a daily habit to clean under their nails. They don't wait for their nails to look dirty. They clean them as a preventive measure, just like brushing their teeth or washing their socks. It's not just about appearance. It's about self-respect and disease prevention. I remember Frank, a retired veteran in his early 80s, who once got a stubborn eye infection he couldn't explain. It wasn't until his doctor asked about his hand hygiene that he realized the cause. He had a habit of rubbing his eyes without ever cleaning under his nails. It was a small thing, he told me later, but it caused a big problem. Since then, Frank keeps a soft nail brush by the bathroom sink and gives his fingertips a quick clean each night before bed. A soft brush, warm water, and mild soap are all you need. Gently scrubbing under each nail, especially after gardening, cooking, or using the restroom, can significantly reduce your exposure to harmful bacteria. If your nails are thick or curved, taking a few extra moments to clean under them with a gentle tool can make a big difference. This small habit has a big impact. You'll feel fresher, lower your risk of infection, and care for a part of your body that works hard every day. Clean nails aren't just a sign of good hygiene. They show you're paying attention to the details that matter. Number 2, behind the ears. One of the most commonly overlooked areas of the body is right behind the ears. For many older adults, it quietly becomes a hotspot for odor, bacteria, and skin irritation. You may not see it or even think about it, but the space behind your ears collects more than just dust. It gathers oil from your scalp, sweat from your neck, residue from hair products, and dead skin that flakes off throughout the day. Because it's tucked away and easy to miss, it often doesn't get cleaned as thoroughly or regularly as it should. As we age, our skin changes. It becomes thinner, less elastic, and more prone to irritation, especially in areas where sweat and oil build up unnoticed. Behind the ears is one of those spots. If left unwashed, it can develop a sour smell, feel waxy or sticky, or even develop red, inflamed patches. You may think you're staying clean, but if you're skipping this area, others might notice something you don't. Happy, healthy older adults know that it's not about obsessing over cleanliness, but maintaining self-respect and confidence. Something as simple as gently washing behind the ears every day with warm water and mild soap can prevent a surprising number of skin issues. It doesn't take long, just a few extra seconds in the shower, or even using a warm washcloth in the morning. But those few seconds send a message: I still care for myself. I still take pride in how I show up in the world. I once spoke with a woman named Gloria who's 74, and she shared that she had no idea this area needed special attention until her granddaughter mentioned it during a hug. "Grandma, your neck smells like old cologne and crayons," the little girl said innocently. Gloria laughed when she told me the story, but she also admitted it opened her eyes. "Now," she said, "I don't let a single day go by without washing back there." It became part of her routine, not out of embarrassment, but out of self-love. This area is especially important for those who wear glasses or hearing aids. The skin behind the ears is constantly under pressure and contact, making it more prone to bacteria and sweat buildup. Taking the time to clean and dry it properly helps keep the skin calm, clean, and free of irritation. It also reduces the chances of soreness or redness caused by those devices. So the next time you wash your face or step into the shower, take a few moments to gently scrub behind your ears. You might not notice an immediate difference, but you'll feel it in the long run. It's a simple act that improves hygiene, boosts confidence, and reminds you that caring for your whole body, even the small and hidden parts, still matters. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and turning on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire you. Number 3, belly button. It's easy to forget about the belly button. It's small, hidden, and doesn't ask for much attention until it starts to smell, itch, or become irritated. Yet, this tiny pocket in the center of your torso can quietly collect a surprising amount of sweat, dead skin, fabric fibers, and natural oils every day. If left uncleaned, it can become a breeding ground for bacteria, fungi, and even yeast. That's why happy, health-conscious adults make it a point to wash this area daily just like they would their hands or face. As we age, our bodies change, skin folds can deepen, and belly buttons may become more recessed or harder to access. It's not just about what you can see in the mirror. It's about recognizing that even the parts of our body we don't often look at still need attention. Neglecting the belly button can lead to irritation, odor, or even small infections that may go unnoticed until they become uncomfortable or worse. What surprises many people is that the belly button is one of the least washed areas of the body. It doesn't get much air circulation, and sweat tends to sit there. For those carrying extra weight around the midsection, the area can trap even more moisture. That's why it's so important to gently clean inside the navel with warm water and a washcloth or a cotton swab dipped in mild soap. It doesn't need to be a deep scrub, just a consistent cleaning. I once spoke with a woman named Marlene who's 72, and she had been struggling with a persistent musty odor she couldn't quite place. She tried changing soaps, laundry detergents, and even adjusted her diet, but nothing worked. It wasn't until my doctor asked if I was regularly washing my belly button that I realized I hadn't cleaned it in weeks. She told me, half laughing, half embarrassed. But after adding it to her daily routine, the problem completely disappeared and her confidence returned. The belly button may not be something we talk about often or think about during our daily routines, but when left unwashed, it becomes a silent source of discomfort. Health-conscious older adults don't let the small things slide. They know health isn't just about major organs or visible skin. It's about everything, even the places most people overlook. So, if it's been a while since you've given your belly button a little attention, now is a good time to start. A few seconds each day can keep it clean, fresh, and free from bacteria. More than that, it's another way of telling your body that it matters. Every part of you matters. This mindset of care, attentiveness, and self-respect is what keeps people feeling healthy, confident, and in control as they age. Number 4, groin area and skin folds. Of all the areas that need daily care, the groin and surrounding folds are perhaps the most vulnerable and often neglected. This part of the body stays warm, moist, and enclosed for most of the day, creating the perfect environment for bacteria, fungi, and yeast to thrive. For older adults, especially those with reduced mobility or more body mass in this area, the risks only increase. That's why healthy, confident men and women over 70 make it a non-negotiable habit to clean their groin and surrounding folds with care every single day. The groin area is more than just what's covered by underwear. It's an area that requires regular attention to keep it healthy and free of irritation. It includes the upper inner thighs, the crease where the leg meets the torso, and for many overlapping skin that traps heat and sweat. These areas can collect urine residue, dead skin, and moisture from sweat throughout the day. If left unwashed, they can develop rashes, redness, itching, or a persistent odor. In more serious cases, fungal infections like jock itch or other uncomfortable conditions can appear, taking time and effort to heal. Many people assume a quick rinse in the shower is enough, but as we age, our skin needs a little extra care. The folds become deeper, the skin thins, and the body may not regulate temperature or sweat as well as it once did. That's why daily cleansing of this area with a soft cloth, warm water, and mild soap is so important. Equally important is thoroughly drying the area afterward, as moisture is what allows bacteria and fungi to thrive. I knew a gentleman named Harold, 79, who struggled with recurring irritation between his thighs. He thought it was just part of aging or due to his underwear, but his doctor pointed out that the issue was actually caused by a lack of proper daily cleaning and drying in his groin area. I felt embarrassed at first, Harold admitted, but then I realized it wasn't about shame. It was about taking care of the body I still have. Once he made daily washing and careful drying part of his routine, the problem went away and his confidence returned. Happy older adults don't wait for skin issues to become serious. They stay ahead of them with gentle, consistent care. They make it a habit, not just for hygiene but for dignity, because nothing disrupts peace of mind faster than discomfort in such a personal area. Clean skin in the groin isn't just about preventing infection, it's about feeling fresh, comfortable, and fully at ease in your own body. And here's something else: they know the right materials matter too. They wear breathable underwear, avoid harsh products, and give their skin a chance to breathe when they're at home. These small daily choices add up over time, helping them stay clean, confident, and free from preventable skin problems. If you've never given this part of your body special attention, start today. Clean gently, dry carefully, and treat it like any other important part of your health. Because when your skin feels good, you move more easily, sleep better, and carry yourself with greater comfort. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and turning on the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move on. Number 5, feet. Especially the space between the toes. If there's one area that works hard every day yet often gets overlooked, it's the feet. And not just the tops or soles, but especially the spaces between the toes. For older adults, washing the feet properly, including gently cleaning and thoroughly drying between the toes, isn't just about comfort. It's about preventing some of the most common and troublesome foot problems that come with age, like fungal infections, cracked skin, and even ulcers in more serious cases. The truth is, feet spend most of the day wrapped in socks and shoes, often warm and damp from sweat. That moisture doesn't just disappear, it collects, especially in the narrow spaces between the toes where the skin is delicate and close together. If these areas aren't cleaned and dried well, they become a breeding ground for bacteria and fungi. That's how athletes' foot starts. That's how skin breaks down. And for people with circulation issues, diabetes, or thinner skin, these seemingly small problems can escalate into painful or dangerous complications. Daily washing of the feet with warm water and mild soap helps remove sweat, dead skin, and bacteria. But the most important part often comes afterward. Drying between the toes gently and thoroughly is what makes the real difference. It may feel like an extra step, but it's the one that stops moisture from lingering and causing problems later. A soft towel or even a clean tissue between each toe is all it takes to keep the skin healthy, dry, and intact. I once met a woman named Sheila, 75, who had always been diligent about washing her feet, but Sheila admitted that she didn't pay much attention to the space between her toes until one day she noticed a red, itchy patch that wouldn't go away. Her doctor diagnosed it as a mild fungal infection, easily treated, but entirely preventable. "Now I dry between my toes like it's part of brushing my teeth," she told me. It's not about being fancy, it's about being wise. A happy, healthy older adults also take the time to inspect their feet daily, not in a stressful way, but with curiosity and care. They look for cuts, swelling, or dry patches. They notice changes in temperature or color, and they treat their feet not as an afterthought, but as the foundation that literally supports them throughout the day. Proper foot hygiene also affects balance and mobility. When your feet feel clean and comfortable, you walk with more confidence and less hesitation. This is especially important after 70 when the risk of falls increases. Taking care of your feet helps reduce discomfort that might cause you to shift your weight, walk unevenly, or move less altogether. So tonight, when you take off your shoes, don't just let your feet rest. Give them the attention they've earned. Wash them, dry them carefully, and thank them for carrying you through the day. You'll sleep better, walk better, and feel more grounded, both physically and emotionally. Final thoughts: now that we've covered the 5 body parts you should be washing every day, take a moment to reflect. Which of these areas do you already care for daily? And which ones might have slipped through the cracks? Not out of laziness or neglect, but simply because no one ever told you they mattered this much. That's the beauty of getting older. You're never too late, never too far behind, and never too old to take better care of the body that's carried you this far. It doesn't require fancy products, expensive routines, or hours in front of a mirror. It just takes a few mindful minutes each day, a gentle rinse here, a careful dry there, and a reminder that even the smallest areas deserve your attention. What often separates happy, healthy older adults from the rest comes down to habits. Quiet, consistent habits that build self-respect. Daily hygiene isn't just about staying clean. It's about reclaiming dignity, comfort, and control, especially in a world that often suggests we're past our prime. But here's the truth: your body still deserves kindness. And that kindness starts with you. I've met people well into their 80s and 90s who radiate quiet confidence, not because they're chasing youth, but because they've chosen to care for themselves with intention. They've learned that good hygiene isn't about vanity. It's about self-preservation, self-love, and it's one of the most basic and powerful ways to say, "I matter." So whether it's behind your ears, under your nails, inside your navel, around your folds, or between your toes, don't underestimate these small, often hidden places. They're part of you, and how you treat them speaks volumes about how you see yourself. When you choose to care deeply, even in the quiet, overlooked moments, you build a life of calm, clarity, and pride. Pick one of these habits and add it to your routine. Not all at once, just one. Let it become natural, then add another. Before long, you'll notice not just how you feel physically, but how you carry yourself with a little more certainty in your step and peace in your mind. You deserve that. Your body deserves that. And the life ahead of you, however long or short, deserves to be lived with comfort, confidence, and care. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.